Can you hear me now? That audio is awful though. Let me just try to change something again, guys. Sorry. Yeah, well, we'll have to go with this. I don't know why this is working, but well, let's just pretend none of this happened. I know the sound is probably not good right now. I don't know why my microphone isn't working. I don't know, something wrong with the aux port, because also just the earphone microphone didn't work. Anyways, let's just pretend that didn't happen, and I will cut that out at the end. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to Blues Fans TV for my live review of Crystal Palace 2, Chelsea 3. And honestly, I'm gassed. What a ridiculous game. That is insane. Honestly, that is insane. Let me know. I must be way too loud. Let me just turn that down a little bit. Let me just turn that down. Let me know if I'm too loud. Let me know what it's like now. Thank you. Brilliant. There's 200 of you watching. I do apologize for whatever happened now, because I have no idea why all of this happened. I do apologize. Any which way, let's just keep going. Chelsea 3, Crystal Palace 2, away from home. What a crazy game. What a ridiculous game. I mean, this 3 sponsorship is going a bit mental. First we lose 3-2 to West Ham. Then we beat Watford 3-0. And now we beat Crystal Palace 3-2. What a ridiculous game. I mean, there was awful parts of that game. There was really good parts of that game. And then there was crazy parts of that game. And I know I showed it to some of you guys before already, but because obviously this will be cut out later because the microphone didn't work out for all of you watching this later on. Please do subscribe to Blues Fans TV if you haven't already, and drop a like on this live stream if you're watching it right now, and drop a like on the video if you're watching it at a later point, because what that will do is push it more in the YouTube algorithm for, you know, more people to see it, which of course we would massively appreciate it. Which of course we would massively appreciate. And if you're watching it later, also drop a comment down below what you thought about the game. But let's just keep going. Let's talk about the game and talk about the lineup. That was the lineup that we turned up with today. Exactly what I predicted. Exactly the lineup that I predicted in our preview yesterday. If you didn't see that, I guess go check it out. Why not? Kepa in goal. A back 4 of Christensen and Zouma as the 2 centre-backs. Reece James a right back. And Azpilicueta back at left back. The same back 5 that we had against Watford, of course. Billy Gilmore came into the team to replace N'Golo Kante. Rather than Jorginho, which I will get to in a few minutes. The 2 attacking number 8s were Ross Barkley and Mason Mount. And then the front 3 stayed the same, again with Pulisic on the left, Willian on the right, and Olivier Giroud starting up front. And to be honest, I sent a text to my girlfriend, right? After 4 minutes, what a shocking first 4 minutes. A minute later, 2 minutes later, in the 6th minute, we make it 1-0. And Gary Cahill got a bit unlucky. I mean, let's just call him Agent Gary, Agent Cahill, because that was ridiculous. But Reece James just plays a pass basically along the side. Probably Willian wouldn't have even reached it, but Cahill pulls up with a seemingly quite bad hamstring injury. Pulls up, falls on the floor. Willian goes through. Of course we keep playing. Why on earth wouldn't we keep playing in that position? He cuts it back. Giroud with good movement. Pardon me. Palace, let's be honest, also with bad defending. But Willian cuts it back. Giroud slots it in from inside the 6-yard box. And that was good. That was good. We struggled a little bit longer, but then we started to really start going, right? We started to play some lovely football, some lovely intercepting play, some lovely combination play, some good attacking football. Even though Palace for a while really hampered our wingers, especially, to really get into the game on an attacking side. They really knew what to do. Also, MacArthur kind of doubling up on Christian Pulisic, which is, I guess, what he has to expect now with his recent performances. That's what happens when you play really well, especially for one of the top teams. So that you know, it's just what you're going to get. But we kind of started to find our feet eventually. Billy Gilmour at the base, but especially Mason Mount helping quite a lot. Willian had an unbelievable game today overall. I know some people that don't like Willian will disagree, but you know, unbelievable game in the grand scheme of things. And after a while, in the 27th minute, we made it 2-0 through Christian Pulisic with a lovely goal. Lovely goal. Willian with the assist, lovely build up as well. And then Pulisic, what a quick feet, super quick feet, and it just blasts it at the near post past the keeper with this weaker foot. That is a finish and a half. I'm telling you something. That is a finish and a half. And we might have had chances before that I can't remember right now. I do remember one. Zouma had one from a header after a corner, which was good. Palace really didn't do much up until that point. And we were still quite good after the goal. Had a couple of other chances. Willian was through with another lovely play. Willian was played through by Pulisic this time. Hits it towards the near post, and Guaita for the Crystal Palace goalkeeper with a brilliant save. Honestly, a brilliant save. Don't know why, you know, and how he pulled off that brilliant save, but it was a brilliant save. Yeah, you could argue maybe Willian should have gone far post, but it was a good strike. Not quite by the post, but it was a good strike and a great save regardless. Thank you, Zane, for another £4.99 donation. Scrapped through again. It's good. Your ex-boss is ruining Spurs. That is good. That is ruining Spurs. I agree. Scrapped through again. Not sure about again when we won the last game 3-0. But you guys just get a point at least against Leicester right now, so we can go third. That'd be bloody brilliant, mate. I'm pretty sure, Zane, you're an Arsenal fan, aren't you? Pretty sure. But yeah, let's just keep going with that. Willian had that chance, but then we started dropping again. Then we started struggling again, and it was a problem, because then in the 34th minute, Wilfried Zaha, with a strike and a half, honestly, strike and a half, goal from must have been 25 yards, just blasts one out, and Kepa didn't save it. Kepa should have saved it. Some people are telling me, oh no, it's moving, it's weaving in the air, and yes, it is. But if you're the most expensive goalkeeper in the world, and I know that's not his fault necessarily that he's the most expensive goalkeeper in the world, that we paid that much money for him. But if you're the most expensive goalkeeper in the world, and even if you're not the most expensive one, if you're the first choice goalkeeper for Chelsea Football Club, you should save that. But that doesn't mean he's the only one to fall for that goal. Reece James shouldn't give the ball away that easily. I will touch on Reece James in a little bit. Ross Barkley and Mason Mount both a little bit lazy closing down the space, because Gilmour was pushing out wide to kind of cover for James, who obviously lost the ball in transition. Billy Gilmour got a bit unfortunate. The ball hit him, got a deflection, and ended up with Zaha. But Ross Barkley and Mason Mount didn't close it in quite enough. Also, Zouma, I thought, could have moved out. But then Zaha hits the strike, and Kepa, in my opinion, should tip that over the bar. He did not. And then for the rest of the first half, we're struggling. We're really not doing anything, and we're struggling. But, you know, I don't remember Palace having any big chances, but neither did us until the break. After that, obviously, 2-1 at the time. Going into the second half, we were poor second half. I mean, we had a couple of moments, yeah, but we were poor. We had only like 35, 39, 40% of the ball in the second half. It was awful. I don't know how that happened, but it was bloody awful. 400 if you watch it, by the way. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to Blues Fans TV if you haven't already. Let me just get the thingy pop up. Subscribe to Blues Fans TV if you haven't already. Also, drop a like. Drop a like, ladies and gentlemen. 93 likes when there's over 400 if you watch it. Just go down below, smash the like button. It doesn't cost you any time. It doesn't cost you any money, but it helps us out a lot. So please do that. I would massively appreciate that. But let's just keep going. Second half, poor. You know, we were struggling. It's like we forgot how to pass the ball. You know, we just couldn't keep possession anymore. Yeah, we had a couple of moments on transition, but always kind of screwed it up. Giroud screwed up a couple. And otherwise, it was usually Pulisic by himself or Willian by himself, especially Willian, with a lot of darting runs from very far back, just giving us a little bit of relief, or, you know, relieving a little bit of pressure of our defensive, you know, unit, I guess, by just carrying the ball forward because there was no one to pass to. So, you know, well done by Willian today. Well done by Willian today. And then finally, we make substitutions. It took us long enough to make the substitutions. Let me just get up which minute it was in the end. It was the 65th minute when we brought Tammy Abraham on for Olivier Giroud, who, by the way, missed a header with the first good cross of the game by Reece James. Missed a header. Not a huge chance. Like, not as in a chance where I'm saying, oh, you should take that, mate. But he was very angry with himself. But very shortly after, he was taken off for Tammy Abraham. And also, Ruben Loftus-Cheek came on for Ross Barkley. And not long after, dare I say, not long after at all, because it was only 6 minutes after, Ruben Loftus-Cheek involved in a lovely counter-attack. Carrying the ball forward as he does, which is one of the main reasons why I love him. And then Tammy with Good play on the line, just about staying onside, stopping his run because he saw obviously Palace were pushing up the line. Ruben was kind of attacked by two players, Van Aanholt and one of the defenders might have been Saka, I'm unsure. And then he kind of chips it. He just chips it through both of them perfectly to Tammy, and Tammy with a perfect finish. Right at the can't I speak? At the inside of the far post, from which it went into the side netting on the other side, and the goal make it 3-1. Brilliant. I thought that was it. We make it 3-1 in the 71st minute. You think, we're done and dusted here at Palace. 3 points, lovely jubbly. Maybe we can get a fourth. 1 minute later, in the 72nd minute, Christian Benteke makes it 3-2. With some of the worst defending I've seen in a long time. Bloody hell. That was, honestly, guys, that was shocking defending. Shocking defending by Reece James. Not Reece James, by Chelsea there. Billy Gilmour should have tracked Van Aanholt's run. But he didn't. Van Aanholt is played through into the box. Christensen is first megged by Van Aanholt. Christensen shocking. Comes out, just misses the ball completely. Van Aanholt literally megs him. Is through. And then also Zouma. I don't like what Zouma did there either. He is with Benteke. And then as he sees Christensen getting done by, he just jumps out like crazy person. Jumps at Van Aanholt trying to block the cross. But he couldn't block it. And then the guy that he was marking half a second ago, Benteke, is free in the 6-yard box and just taps it in. And I understand why Zouma did it, but at that point it was too late. At that point you shouldn't have, jumped in for that. And you could argue, yeah, maybe Van Aanholt would have gone for the shot. But there's no guarantee that, Zouma jumping in there would block a shot either. So for me, Zouma also has to stay there. And if Van Aanholt still tries to cross it to Benteke, Zouma clears that quite comfortably, I'm pretty sure. So, you got to look at it that way. But Billy Gilmour, not good enough. Should track Van Aanholt there because there was no one else around. And Reece James was with the winger, whoever played the ball to Van Aanholt. So Reece James couldn't have done that. Billy Gilmour should have done. Christensen, awful. Honestly, awful. And then Zouma could have done better as well. And then we were struggling, guys. Honestly, we were struggling. Palace were all over us, pressing us, winning every second ball. They were doing everything. Not that they had huge chances, but they were doing everything. And then finally, Jorginho. He only came on for, in the end, 15 minutes. But finally got his first minutes. I was upset that he didn't get minutes today. I understood why, because Lampard thinks we need pace at the 6 when we have 2 attacking number 8s. But Jorginho comes on, and literally with an instant, the game changes completely. With an instant, the game changes completely. We had been struggling for the entirety, pretty much, of the second half. Pretty much the entirety. We had a couple of counter-attacking moments, but not many. Tammy had a half chance, I think. Willian had a chance that was blocked. We were struggling. Jorginho comes on. Out of nowhere, we go from having less than 40% of the ball in the second half to having 80% of the ball. He controlled everything. But not like just passing it backwards right to the centre-backs. He just switched play everywhere, going forward, moving left, right, up, down, moving everywhere, controlling the play. But we didn't manage to get a 4th goal. And then, as happens when you're Chelsea and when we're nervy, the last 5 minutes, honestly, guys, what on earth was that? Kepa messed up for the goal that Zaha scored. I say that. But then, 92nd minute of whatever it was, a huge save. Huge save. I can't remember who pulled off the header. Let me go to this thingy here. There it is. Dan, don't know his first name, but Dan, their centre back, heads the ball. Kepa gets just about his fingertips on it and directs it onto the opposite far post, from where it falls to, I think, Van Aanholt maybe, who shoots, and thankfully that's blocked. Don't know who blocked it, but thankfully that was blocked. Might have even shot at his own teammate, to be honest, can't remember. But that was a huge save by Kepa. And then it gets even worse. They have a throw in, let's just play it in. Zaha receives the ball. Our centre-backs both, let's be honest, completely asleep. Plays through Benteke. Benteke is pretty much one-on-one with Kepa. And out of nowhere, Zouma just comes steaming in with the tackle off the bloody century, clearing a full corner, which we thankfully managed to defend quite comfortably in the end. What a tackle! What a monster! I mean, he handled Benteke brilliantly all night long. Messed up a little bit for the goal. But in general, bloody brilliant. Maybe had 1 or 2 moments where he could have done a little bit better. Actually, he was kind of partly to blame for both goals, because I still think could have pushed out more for the Zaha shot. But that is very harsh to say. Blame. Not at all. But that tackle, honestly, brilliant. Kepa saved before that. Brilliant. And finally, we held on. Finally, we didn't throw it bloody away. Good thing that we played first, because had, Arsenal gotten points against Leicester, we could have gone third. Before we played, we might have thrown it all away. But we didn't. We held on. We got the 3 points. And I'm gassed. I'm honestly gassed. And I don't really know what to think about today's performance, because Kepa, brilliant, incredible save late on. Poor for the first goal. Zouma, not so great for the second goal, but in general, brilliant. And that, of course, last tackle, amazing. Christensen had a bit of a problem day today. Really not good. Aspie, again a monster. You know, obviously got people went past him a couple times. And Reece James on the side, I don't know, Reece James is struggling at the moment. He seems slow, he seems lethargic, he seems out of position too much, he seems a bit slow in decision making when it comes to crossing, and most of his crosses aren't that good. Had one, obviously, that I mentioned for Olivier Giroud, but he's struggling a little bit. Genuinely struggling a little bit. But in the end, it was alright and we got the game. Billy Gilmour, I'm not going to say Billy Gilmour had a bad game. Billy Gilmour did what he does. And did it okay. You know, didn't lose the ball too much. Playing with high intensity, trying to tackle as well, trying to be everywhere, trying to direct his teammates. But he struggled at times, was good at other times. Mason Mount, I thought had an overall pretty decent game. Barkley had a bit of a more quiet one, but not, I wouldn't say awful. Ruben came on. And to be honest, other than assisting a goal, didn't really do that much, but that was more down to the rest of the team in the second half, not really performing very well at all. Pulisic, brilliant goal. Genuinely a little bit more quiet, but some incredible runs on the wing again. That guy is magic. That guy is absolutely magical. And they doubled up on him today. And he still scored. And still had a good game. Brilliant. Willian mentioned it already. For me, man of the match. He had 12 recoveries of the ball. More than any other Chelsea player. I think more than any other player full stop today. Brilliant. Really hard tracking back. Really, really good. Got shot in the face. Really hard. From like 2 yards, 3 yards. By Van Aanholt. You know, the man is down for like 30 seconds. Gets up. Is like, get on with it. Do you know what I mean? I've seen people taken off for that. He just keeps going, keeps running, keeps doing his thing. Good play. Also assisted Pulisic's goal, of course. And could have had one himself if it wasn't for that incredible Guaita save. So happy with Willian today. Olivier Giroud started the game. Got an early goal. In general, struggled a little bit. Also was helped by the fact that Gary Cahill had to obviously come off when he got injured very early on. I think Cahill would have made Olivier Giroud's night even tougher on the physical side of things. But still, it was good overall, but nothing special. That's why he was taken off for Tammy Abraham, who scored. Other than that, didn't do much and was moaning a little bit and a bit lazy when it came to defending late on. But got a goal, which I hope will do him really, really well. I still don't think he should start against Sheffield on the weekend, but a goal will do him really, really well nonetheless. Whether we will talk about the new contract for Willian, I don't know. If he signs a 2-year contract, I'm okay with it. If he signs a 1-year contract, I'm happy with that. But don't give him a 3-year contract. That is ridiculous. You know, he's too old for that at Chelsea. No, let's not do that. But yeah, who else did... And Jorginho. I need to touch on Jorginho a little bit more. What a man. What a man. I mean, he still looks like he's off in the summer. But to not play a single minute after football returns, to basically not play a single minute of competitive football since March, since obviously football stopped, and then to come on and produce a masterclass for 12 minutes like that, because only the last 3 minutes of injury time we struggled, but that was long balls way over him, which you can't do anything about. What's a masterclass by Jorginho? He comes on and dictates everything. Literally, he comes on, he walks on the pitch, and everything's different. We go from 40% of the ball to 80% of the ball, dictating everything. The pace of the game, where everyone around him is going, every single pass by like one was completed, and some of those were tricky passes. I'm telling you what. Okay, maybe not bar one, but still, very good passing, good switches of play, lovely. Just honestly, I want the man to start against Sheffield. I know why Lampard didn't start today, because the lack of pace. I get it. But still, Billy Gilmour is still too inexperienced. And if the opposition are starting to hack it in, and I know Billy Gilmour is Scottish, but it's still not quite the same thing, you know. And I'm not saying Jorginho is strong, but he's more used to all of this. He can handle it. You know, he's a bit taller at least. You know what I mean? Like, he's a leader, and we need a leader. And we need leaders on the pitch. And I just want him to start against Sheffield. And I think, even if it's only 10-15 minutes that he played for today, that was so good and so crucial that he has to start against Sheffield. But I will admit, you can also make a case for, well, isn't that handy to bring Jorginho on when we're trying to see out a game? You could argue that is the case as well. Because if we want a bit more control of any game, bring Jorginho on if we're in the lead already and we're calm. I could also understand if Lampard goes with that idea. But to not use him from the bench anymore, I don't agree with that. I think he should be coming on pretty much every game for the rest of the season, if not start a couple. But I do still think he will leave in the summer if an offer that's at least close to being good enough, basically. If an offer comes in that's at least close to being good enough, he will leave Chelsea this summer, I'm pretty sure. But again, guys, if you're watching this, still over 400 of you watching, make sure you subscribe to Blues Fans TV and also drop a like. Guys, still, there's 177 likes, even though there's 440 people of you watching. Drop a like, please. It would honestly mean a lot. And I have to touch on Kurt Zouma as well. You know, there was a lot of talk. I've spoke about this on Twitter as well. It's at last1507, by the way. The link to it is down in the description below. You know, Chelsea fans are a funny bunch, let's say. After one game, after City, Christensen is the best centre-back. After plenty other games already this season, Tomori is the best centre-back. After the Watford game, Zouma is the best centre-back. Rarely heard people say Rudiger is our best centre-back after any performances, but let's say that. And now it's again similar a little bit with the Zouma situation. He still had some bad moments, like the second goal, still think he could have done better for the first goal, but that tackle, no one in our club does that except him. Rudiger might have tried, but Rudiger probably gives away a penalty, I reckon, because I've never seen any defender be that good at last-ditch tackle as I have seen Kurt Zouma. Even more so before his obviously horrible injury, but you know, still, what a tackle, what a monster of a man. Threat in the air gives us much more when we attack set pieces. Also, it helps us defend set pieces because he's much more of a unit. I saw a stat, Rudiger actually won less duels in the air than Christensen. Would you have believed that? I was shocked when I saw those stats. Not good on Rudiger. Not a good look on Rudiger at all. And yes, fair enough, you could argue he always marks the taller, better in the air striker when he's playing with Christensen. But still, not a good stat. And Zouma just helps us a lot with that. Even though late on, he gave away a corner that shouldn't have been given away as a corner. Lampard was fuming, even kicking away water balls in the result because he knows we're not good at defending set pieces. But, yeah, and about the Kepa out, Kepa still made a huge save here. You know, if Kepa doesn't save that ball, we don't even need Kurt Zouma's tackle anymore. Kepa, alongside Zouma and Jorginho, saved us 3 points today. Yes, might have made it more difficult by not saving the first one, but in the end, you have to make up for your mistakes, and that's what Kepa did today. That's what Kepa did today. And to some extent, Kepa also didn't save it because he's so short. You know, most keepers don't even have to properly jump up in the air to save that shot by Zaha. He does, and he didn't, which is a problem, but he can't exactly be blamed for being short. And he can't also be blamed for being as expensive as he is. That's not his fault. Do you know what I mean? So, it's a lot that comes into it. Has any of Arsenal or Leicester scored? Arsenal are in the lead. Brilliant. So currently, we're third. Brilliant. Love to see it. Not that I want Arsenal to win. Would be happy with a draw. Thank you for another £4.99 donation, mate. Obama Blood Clot Young. Come on, you Gooners. Come, you Gooners. All right. You have fun with that. We go third. Lovely jubbly. You play Europa League next season. Maybe. If you're lucky. If you're lucky. No, but cheers for another donation, mate. Honestly, it does genuinely mean a lot. But let's keep going for a little bit longer. Then I will touch on a couple of things that you guys have put into the chat still. This microphone situation has put me off a little bit. I need to work on that to figure that out for the game on Saturday because that was a bit dodgy. He's 6'3". Don't know who you're on about, but yes. Kepa out despite today, Onana in. Not Onana in, not any better. Very dodgy goalkeeper, has loads of mistakes in him. Trust me, you're watching some Champions League games, Onana has mistakes in him. And also this, Kepa has the worst stats of all of the goalkeepers in the Premier League. Thibaut Courtois had that in the 15-16 season. Does that mean Courtois is an awful goalkeeper? No, it isn't. He's one of the best goalkeepers in the world. And that's why he's been in La Liga with Real Madrid, with keeping clean sheets pretty much all the bloody time. And I know they have help from the ref, if any of you follow La Liga, but still. Just because you have a bad season doesn't mean you're a bad goalkeeper. Also, a lot to do with the defense. Let's sort that out. Onana is better. Nick Pope isn't better. If you can get a Oblak, maybe even a Dean Henderson, I would let you guys talk to me about, you know, getting a different goalkeeper. But as it is, nah, not for me. Not for me. Gonna touch a couple of other things that you guys have put into the chat. Please keep Jorginho. I agree. Tammy actually scored. Yes, he did. Fair play to him. Well, I guess I have to buy a new mic now. No. Babe, that's my girlfriend. My mic isn't broken because the earphone mic didn't work either. And it's something with the streaming program because the mic still worked for everything else on a laptop for working Siri and stuff because MacBook, innit? So, yeah, it's not the mic that's broken, but I love you. Kepa, Oblak. Yeah, Oblak. Why would he leave Atletico Madrid to come to Chelsea? I know more money, but he loves it there. He's a captain at the moment, isn't he? Let's bring Van Aanholt back to Chelsea. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I thought about that one a couple of times in the past as well, I will admit. But maybe not. You know, maybe not. He was there obviously in the past and in the youth, but was loaned out like 6 times. And I always thought he's a good left back. And he's probably better than both our current left backs in Alonso and Emerson, I would argue. So maybe not. Maybe yes. But, you know, I would still prefer other players like Tagliafico, for example. Georgie. Yes, I agree. Georgie was brilliant. Arsenal playing like it's 2003. Are they? Well, fair play. Reece was not bad, but not great. The whole team was gassed. Thank God for the extra day rest. Willian and Pulisic need 2 days of recovery. Yeah, I agree, Michael or Michael. They need the rest. They were a bit gassed today. You could feel that. Pretty much the same team that started against Watford, of course, and that was only on Saturday night. And the one of the guys that we did take off was Billy Gilmore, who didn't even start on Saturday. Or didn't even, well, no, didn't even start on Saturday. Came on later in the game. Zouma the best, yes, that's brilliant. Tell JT to come out of retirement, that might do. To be honest, Luca Digne, good defender, good left back, but a bit slow in my opinion. Man said we need a centre back. Don't know who that man is, but we do. Billy is too small, kind of agree, but Kante is small, so what's that? Tammy's not good enough. Tammy scored today when he came on from the bench. Can't say that about him today. Chilwell, again, a bit too expensive for how good he is. Reece was so poor. I wouldn't agree with so poor, but he certainly wasn't great, and he certainly needs to improve because since the break, in my opinion, he hasn't really been great in any games, quite frankly. Do you think we need Havertz? Everyone needs great players. Havertz is a great player, so if we can get him, I want us to get him. Because, you know, money isn't going to be the problem for us. Let me tell you, money isn't going to be the problem for us. I am legend, shut up, bro. I don't know who I'm legend is, and I'm not going to shut up, bro. Which kit, home or away? Third kit is criminal. Third kit is criminal, I agree. Might as well have just stolen Palace's kit. For me, it's the home kit. I like the second kit. I like it now more that I've seen it in use, because on the initial leak pictures that I saw on the white background, I never really liked it so much. But I love the home kit. I like the away kit. Happy with both of them. Should Werner play in the Champions League versus Bayern? He won't be allowed to. What's all this Tammy hate about? I ask myself that as well. Score Tammy season so far 110. Don't know what that means. Would you feel the same back four against Sheffield? Yes, I would. Christensen is shocking. On and off. Has good moments, has bad moments. Opinions on Werner. Brilliant player. Going to be very interesting to see whether he starts up front or whether he starts on the wing. Going to be very, very interesting. Question by Anko Mahanta. Lawrence, talk about this new sponsor 3. Are they controlling these games? Yes, they are controlling these games. And if they keep controlling them, and as us scoring 3 goals and us winning, getting 3 points like in the last 2, I'm very happy with that. So let's keep going with that. You know, I think I'm going to leave it here. Just one more question from the chat. Zouma is anti-air missiles, wins all aerial attacks, and should start every game as a consequence. I would agree at this moment in time that he should probably start all the games at the moment. I miss Kante and Kovacic. I mean, Kovacic didn't even start the last game. We won 3-0. But Kante, yeah, I hope he's back soon. Because as much as I love Jorginho, as much as he was brilliant today, to be an attacking team with 2 attacking number 8s, Jorginho's lack of pace will struggle, and that's when Kante is helpful. Ziyech is 100 times better than Willian. Of course he is. I mean, actually you said 10,000 times. No, he isn't. But Willian is still good and has been very good since the restart. We need Ben I can't say his name, Ben Rama. We need, depends on whether Willian leaves, I guess. But yeah, guys, I think I'm going to leave it here. Subscribe to Blues Fans TV if you haven't already. Thank you guys for watching. What a crazy, crazy, crazy game today. Thank you to Jorginho. Thank you to Kepa. Thank you to Zouma. Thank you to Pulisic, Olivier Giroud, and also Tammy Abraham, and also Gary Cahill for picking up that injury to help us score the first goal. Thank you to all of those guys for helping us get the win today. But subscribe if you haven't already. Drop a like on this live stream if you're watching it right now. Still, 380 if you're watching, only 230 likes. Drop a like, honestly, guys. It would mean the world to me and helps push this live stream and video more, you know, for more people to see it, which of course would be great for us. If you're watching this at a later point, make sure you leave me your thoughts on the game down in the comment section below. But guys, I think I'm going to leave it here. Thank you for watching. Up to Chelsea. What a game. Super excited for the next game against Sheffield already. And I'll see you. Wait. When I see you.